Someone had wanted me to make a video. Now, what I want to point out is this mentality of trolling again, this sickness that is trolling. Like, for example, some people have pointed out that certain members of the ROTC family of shows don't like Styxhammer 666. I don't like Styxhammer 666. I think he's a pretentious prick. I think he's a fake Satanist. I think he's a fake conservative. And I think he's holding on to the Trump dream way too long. Okay, way past the expiration date. I gave up on Trump the second he attacked Syria, and I basically gave up on Trump the second he started prostrating himself before Israel and Saudi Arabia. But my point is that I'm a grown-up. I don't waste my time sending trolls over to bother people, like, for example, Styxhammer 666, or Adrasdia, or any of these people. And why? Think about how demented a person would have to be like, oh, I don't like this person, so I'm going to harass the hell out of them until they start to behave in a manner that is unbecoming. Okay? I've put up with this trolling, hardcore trolling, for 7 years now. Literally 7 years. A little bit before that, actually. But it did seem to coincide with my friendship with my former friend. And I don't know what it was. I think it was jealousy. I think a handful of people that were posing as people like me, or people like I was, National Socialists, considered me to be, they didn't like that I was talking to her as freely as I was, and that we were having the conversations we were having. And then it elicited massive trolling. I also think that there, to a degree, my former employer is involved, because it does surround my reviews. It would always intensify whenever I started reporting their N95 and other things like that to the authorities and the proper authorities and stuff like that. So I think there's a multifaceted, multi-level groups of trolls with different agendas. But my point is, can you imagine the degree of childishness and just plain intellectual stupidity, the plain ridiculousness of, I don't like this person, so I'm going to harass them until they behave in an unbecoming manner in public? It is extremely childish. It shows that these people are extremely broken on the inside. These are extremely broken people, bad people. Now, what's funny is, why don't I have remorse for them? If I'm so caring and blah, 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 and I've said that in the past, and people that know me know I am an extremely caring person. I try to make sure everybody knows that, regardless of who they are, regardless of their race, regardless of their religion, regardless of whatever, whatever, man, have a good time, happy Hanukkah, happy Merry Christmas, happy Diwali, happy Ramadan, whatever, whatever, just have fun. I don't care. Believe whatever you want to believe, be whoever you are, etc. Just don't bother me, and don't act like a degenerate. And that's just where I come from. That's who I am. But these people are clear degenerates. They have something broken in their brain. And people be like, well, why don't you feel for these people then? Because they're broken individuals. Well, so are serial killers. Now, I wanted to do a video, and I will do a video, on Anton LaVey's concept of psychic vampirism, which are basically modern-day demons. And you know what? I might as well do it right now. So, essentially what these trolls are, and these shows, these troll farms are modern-day armies of psychic vampires. These are people that have no creativity of their own. They have no talent of their own. They have no emotional substance. They have no intellectual substance. So they have to take it from other people and pretend to be other people. If you notice, very few of them show who they really are. If any of them show who they really are. Some of the ones on the shows do, they show who they are, but these are people that lack any substance. They lack any emotional substance, any intellectual substance, any personality of their own. So they have to lash out at those that have these traits. And it's because it's out of rage and out of jealousy and out of anger. But unlike a psychic vampire, like the traditional LaVeyan psychic vampire that takes advantage of the responsible person, of the creator. These people simply seek to destroy the person, seek to completely eradicate the person. But the thing is, they're feeding off of that negative energy, off of that negative response. I refuse to give them any anymore. I will do what Anton LaVey stated in the Satanic Bible. I will call them out for what they are, and I will just say, bye, and block, and block, and block, and block, and block. And that's what I'll do from now on. I won't argue. I won't do anything like that. But these trolls are the modern equivalent of psychic vampires. They are hordes upon hordes upon hordes of psychic vampires. And I would encourage everybody to read the Satanic Bible by Anton LaVey. I'll be doing a review of the revision of the Satanic Bible by Dr. Michael Aquino, or Lieutenant Colonel Aquino, despite whether, it depends on whether you want to refer to him by his academic title, because he has a PhD, or his military title, because he was a Lieutenant Colonel in the United States Army, depending on how you want to refer to him. Sometimes I might refer to him as Dr. Aquino, sometimes I might refer to him as Lieutenant Colonel Aquino, depending on whatever. It's just interchangeable. The guy has two separate titles. But that's the book I'll be reviewing in the near future. But my point is, these people, these trolls, these hosts of these shows like Hatman, Royce Lopez, Mersh, these people have no substance. They have no soul. What would be considered a soul. They don't have any. So they have to seek out, they have to lash out at others to feed on their energy, to feed on their creativity, to feed on their intellectual properties. And that's just what they do. And they're so inadequate. And like LaVey states with psychic vampires think in terms of money, how they always talk about money, 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 money. And the reason that LaVey points out, the reason that psychic vampires think in terms of money, that's all their minds can grasp is the straight material. There is no emotional exchange, no intellectual exchange. Everything is raw money, exchange of money. So when you're giving them your emotion, they'll go, I bought you a present. I bought you this. I bought you that. I did this for you. I did that for you. And you have to be very careful that you actually realize that you know, if you're in a relationship, that your partner actually is a psychic vampire and not just simply a needy partner, because some people are needy and some people are unfortunately thought to be psychic vampires when in reality they're just needy people, and that's okay. If you agree to be with a needy person, then you need to be willing to give that person what they need, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's similar to you know, the concept of reciprocal altruism. You have to understand that some people need a little more love than others. But in the case of a psychic vampire, they simply take and take and take and take and take until there's nothing left of the responsible individual. And that's all for this video.